So yeah, so we'll starting soon. Okay. Yeah, so we'll okay. So we are live on YouTube also. So if someone want to see on YouTube, I am giving the link. So one sec, let me tell this link at some other places also, and then we will start. Okay. Good afternoon all, and okay. Okay, so let me share my screen and we will start now. And okay, so I'm sharing my screen. So hope you can see my screen. Okay, so let us first start. What about me means who am I? So my name is 𝗪𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 and I am a full-time corporate full-time trainer now. I train corporates, I train individuals and all. I have spent 16 years in the IT industry, and my last job was an associate architect in a company, product-based company in Innomines. Right now I am working from my hometown of Bhopal and spent the past 16 years in Mumbai, Bangalore and all the places. Worked in almost every big company, means Oracle, JP Morgan, a lot of big companies I have worked. And still I'm a developer because I am training developers. So development training is my passion, so that's why I got into this, got as a full-time trainer. And I am training both uh, people who are students or people who are from some corporate background who want to get into web development or already in the web development, or and want to learn about it. Because I'm an expert on React.js, so that is the thing which I teach mainly, that React.js. Okay, so today we are not going to learn React. Today it is only HTML, CSS, JavaScript, but that is the basic of React.js. And the other thing is that today means we will go a bit faster because these are all big topics: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We'll concentrate a bit more on HTML, but if you want to learn more about these things, learn more about this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can go to my YouTube channel. And in my YouTube channel, actually, I have started a 4-week program. And today also at 8:30, we will be completing JavaScript. Before that, we have completed CSS from basic to advanced, no framework, and all flexbox and grid we have completed. And next week is React week. So next is a React week. We're going to do React next week. And so if you want to attend that, React is a very important thing, and it will be completely live training. All the trainings on my YouTube channel are completely live. And so it will be there at 8:30 p.m. IST. All my trainings are at 8:30 p.m. IST, Monday to Saturday. One day break is there on a Wednesday. So it is like that. And this is about me. And I'm an author also. I have published 4 books, and 5th one is there. And this is from all are technical books. So the MERN stack, those who know MERN stack, MERN stand for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. Okay, so that is about me. And even before starting, as I have as I have already told the people who want to get into web development, okay, so all of you want to go into web development. I hope that's why you are attending this from the Zoom. So all the people who are in the Zoom, so they're attending for that reason only. So to be a web developer, we'll start HTML in 5-10 minutes, but I want to tell how to become a web developer. Okay, so to become a web developer, you and I mainly target web app development. So it is not like that WordPress or something, you'll not even get a job. See, every job is not a is for a web app developer. See, all these big companies like Facebook, Google, Microsoft, what they have, they want web app developer. Facebook is not a site, it's a web app. So there is a difference between a site and a web app. See, I'm showing it through some site. Maybe its name is ClickUp. So you might be thinking it as a site. No, it's a web app. So it has got this tool it has got. So this is inbuilt. So there is some database because it is interacting with the database and all. So these are very complicated thing. Till 2010, these all things were done in the desktop app. That was the age of desktop app, but now everything is web app. So these are known as web app. Complicated sites like LinkedIn, Facebook, Google, they hire the top brains of the world to make their web app. So that is what I teach. That is what I have done in my enterprise, and that is what I have done in my all career. Enterprise software I've created web apps like Uber and all. So those are all on phone you can use. So I mainly specialize in web app, not in the mobile app domain, but I know mobile app also because I do know React Native and all those things. But today we are, and I teach people to get into web app development. So what you need HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That is a must. And then JavaScript framework is their library. So don't go for anything else. There is Angular, Vue.js, and Svelte also. So don't go for anything else. So most of the market is for React.js. Means if you know React.js, you won't even have to ask for a job to anyone. Jobs will be there. Right now, some companies in Bharat Pay, they just paid a super bike worth 4 lakh rupees as a joining bonus on the top of your 10 lakh salary for a 1 year's experience per person in React.js. So that much demand is there. People don't find React.js developers. If you are React.js developer, you don't even have to contact anyone. Okay, so that is there. React.js, these are the things which is required. But maybe a lot of you are just students, don't know anything and want to become a developer, and you are working or you're already working somewhere, because I take batches in which I teach people who are from some other domain to shift to web app development. So those people also, I think so, for them it is a lot of mindset is there and a lot of other things are also there. So we will look into those 3 secrets to get into web app development. Then I will start with HTML basic. So there's 3 secrets to get into web development or become a developer. The main thing is that become a developer. A lot of people are not even developers. I know, means a lot of people might be from production support or some other background, or maybe students who are learning Java, which is not even asked in the industry. Java is just a waste of your engineering. If you're doing engineering, you're doing MC or something. It's just a waste. Nobody asks for Java. There are already too many professionals are there, and this is the age of JavaScript. If you like it or don't like it, this is the age of JavaScript. Java is long gone, and this is not even the age of machine learning. I will suggest all of you to check some of my YouTube videos or connect with me. Don't go for machine learning. That is just a hype. Okay, so the 3 secrets are to get into web development from any field, whether it's student, from some other background. It's like networking, daily action, and challenges. So what is this networking? What I'm talking about is networking. No, it is not network marketing or something. This is you have to build followers on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook group. All of these are very important. If you want to be just a developer, see, I have 18,000 followers on 17 and a half around. Okay, around on LinkedIn, but you don't have to build such a big LinkedIn. It took me a lot of time to build, but and a lot of people helping. So LinkedIn is the most powerful for a developer. You have to be on LinkedIn. Whatever the small projects you do, you have to give them on LinkedIn. Okay, I have done these small projects today. I have learned this thing new. So those things you have to post it on LinkedIn. So the HR, the startup people, everybody is there on LinkedIn. Suppose in React.js, you made a very good Tinder clone. Okay, so you post it on your LinkedIn profile with the GitHub link. So the HR or the startup person will see that and they will contact you. They will contact you for job. If you can build such a complicated project, they will directly hire you from LinkedIn. Nothing else is required. And the daily action, the second thing is daily action is required. You have to code 2 hours daily. If you're not coming from the coding background, from some other domain, see, I teach many people from other domain who want to break into development. So they have to code 1-2 hours daily. After their job, they have to code. So I'm teaching a person who have got a good salary, but he's doing a dead-end job. Think if you are a bit experienced, you know what is the dead-end job. So he's doing a dead-end job, and you want to get into development because development is the most interesting field in the world, because daily you're doing something new and you're creating something. It is like creative kind of a field. So you have to code 2 hours daily, and development, you might think it's very easy. It's not that easy because it needs practice. It is something like that you become a good developer over time. It is not like that you can be a like a developer if you just learn it and then you will go into the company. No, you have to continuously evolve, you have to continuously learn. It's a lifetime journey. Development is a lifetime journey. You have to learn for your lifetime, unless you go to a managerial role or something. You have to learn, but managerial roles are very less, and managers get fired on a daily basis in IT field. So if you are a developer, you're set for life. You're actually fireproofing your career. The more you develop, the more experience you gain, the more then your requirement will be there in the industry. Like Google and all, they hire mainly developers only. They're all of this, their roles are developers only. So you can do anything. You can start your own startup also, and anything you can do. The sky is the limit. If you learn, if you code 2 hours daily, and if you learn, because I'm doing that for the past more than 10 years. Challenges. Okay, this is something you have to do, some 100 days of code and 100 days of project challenges. Okay, these two challenges you have to do. Actually, I'm also doing 100 days of code challenge to support my students. This is a very complicated challenge, and that is my guarantee. If you do this 100 days of code challenge, you will definitely get a job. That is challenge is something like that you have to do a little bit of coding every day and post it on your social post it on their Twitter handle. So that is very important, and they keep track of it. And this is a very hard challenge because you have to code daily. You cannot like miss even one day, even it's a Sunday, you cannot miss that. And you have to post on their handle that hash 100 days of code. And all the people from the US are there. It's a very big revolution there in the US, 100 days of code. And so you get the visibility and all. So this hashtag is there for the visibility. Okay, so these are all about it. And as I have told, we will now start with the HTML basics, as all of you might be there. For that reason only, HTML basics, a lot of you are there for that. And so let me close this. Let me close this also. And we will start with HTML, and we will go a bit deeper into HTML, because CSS and JavaScript takes a bit of time. I will go through CSS and JavaScript a bit faster, because they take generally a week to teach properly. So yeah, but you can, if you're not from IT background, you can get a hang of it, that okay, this is required to be a web app developer. Anyways, I'm not teaching React in this. React is starting from next week. So on my YouTube channel, 5 days intensive course on React. Okay, in Redux also I will try to teach. Okay, so what is HTML? HTML, I'll not go for much theory. HTML is hypertext markup language, as all of you know, the skeleton and all the websites. The HTML is very much required for writing everything. So, and our website is created of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so that is there. So first thing which we need to do means earlier what used to happen, I have also seen a lot of very early YouTube videos and all those things. So people used to code in Notepad. And save it as .html, and then they used to open it and used to show. But those days are gone long back. Nowadays nobody codes on Notepad. Nobody even codes on Notepad++. So there are some very good lightweight editors are there. People code in those lightweight editors only. So like that, one lightweight editor is Visual Studio Code from Microsoft, totally free. So if you're new into development, you have to, okay, one sec. One sec. Someone is asking me when is the class. Wait, some people are asking me about this class, so I will tell. Okay, so this Visual Studio Code, this thing you have to download. Okay, so Visual Studio Code you have to download for Windows. Someone is asking me something around whether one should know proper about front-end development or learn full stack development. You should first learn front-end development. Front-end development only will take you 6 months to learn, and then go into full stack development, because nowadays full stack development is also connected, and you should always strive for a full stack developer with a Node.js thing, so that you don't have to learn anything else. So that is my suggestion. Become a full stack JavaScript developer, so that after React.js you learn the Node.js and become a full stack JavaScript developer. Hope it answered. Don't go for Java and all, it will be tough for the backend. Okay, so that is there. Okay. Okay, so okay, so you have to download for Windows like that. I will not going through how to install it and all. It is very easy for Windows, and Mac is also there. So you have to install it, and it will be get installed. And then after that, if I open this VS Code, so I have a Windows 11, but Windows 10 is also like this. So I was working with something, it is showing that thing. Okay, so if you open for the first time, it will open like this, new window. It should open like this, new window. Okay, then you have to do it inside, means you have to work inside it, means all the HTML and all. Okay, so what I'm going to tell the easiest way, because I could have tell through terminal also, but I'm not going to tell through terminal, because some people don't know terminal that much way. Well, terminal means Windows terminal and all. I'm not going to tell through that. So I have just my okay. Okay, I hope I'm not muted. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here, I will create a folder like HTML basics. Okay, so new folder. Hope everybody knows how to create a new folder in Windows. HTML basics. HTML basics I will create. Okay, and someone was even asking me this thing, because it is a bit challenging. So you have to click this and you have to drag this. I am telling one method. There are other methods also to open it. Okay, so I will click it and I will get this HTML basic. Let me make it a full screen, and then after that, what I'm going to do, so I'm inside the folder. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a file known as index.html. So index.html I'll create. Don't have to do anything. Index.html I will create. And then what you need to do, you need to go to extensions, and there is an extension known as live server. So most of you won't be having this live server. You have to install this extension. Why? I will tell soon. Okay, so this index.html, you can install this extension. Okay, and this video is going to YouTube also. So if someone wants to, who have joined through the Zoom, if someone wants to see after this, they can come to my channel, and it will be there by tomorrow. It will be there, and now also they can watch it live. Okay, so like that index.html I'll do, and there is a tilde. See, I can write the whole skeleton, but I will use the shortcut because we are short on time also. And this I will do, and then I'll do this. Hope you are able to see my screen. I made the font size a bit big also. So this is actually a HTML structure. Let me write something, then I will tell a bit about what is this HTML structure. Okay, HTML basics I'll do, and then h1 and HTML crash course. Let me write the spell as right. Crash course P, and another shortcut. See, this all shortcut comes with VS Code only, 𝗲𝗲𝗯 20. So this is a very famous text. 𝗲𝗲𝗯 is a very famous text. So 𝗲𝗲𝗯 20 I have done, and it will actually what it will do, it will write something as a dummy text. So this is a dummy text it will write, and then I will save it. Now how to see this, on a browser? So I will tell the structure, but let me tell about means how to see it on the browser. So I am here and I have to go inside the HTML basics, and this is the index file is there. Okay, so let me open it with the Chrome, because my Chrome is opened here. Okay, so I have opened it with Chrome and it is showing like this. And see, the H1 is shown like your a bit bigger text, and paragraph tag is a bit shorter, and this HTML basic is there at the top. Okay, so what is this HTML basic? This title. So this title is the HTML basics which we have written here. So this is how the HTMLs are. And now let us go through the structure a bit. Okay, the structure is like that. Doc type HTML is at the top. So doc type HTML is important, because right now the version of HTML which you're using is, it is known as HTML5, the fifth version. It is a fifth version, and it was done around 2015. So this means HTML5. Then there is HTML tag. So in HTML everything is tagged. Everything has a start tag and an end tag. Some of them don't have. I will tell about them later on. So everything has a start tag and an end tag. So HTML also have a start tag and an end tag. So HTML lang is English, because we are going to use English. So if it is French, it is FR. French is FR. Okay, so then the HTML tag have two main child. So they are known as child, whatever is inside it. One is the head part and one is the body part. So head part, as you might have guessed, contain some these meta descriptions are there. So these meta descriptions are not very important right now for us, because this is something which is required, or also you can remove it, but this is used by Google crawlers to know more about our site and not required by us. You can also remove them. Then this title is very much important, because this title is something which is coming here. This HTML basic. Okay, this is coming here. And then the body part is there. The body part is the where we write our main HTML code. Okay, so this HTML crash course I am writing H1. So this is a tag. So there are thousands of tags in HTML. You don't have to read about all of them. Don't read about all of the tags. I will tell which one is important and which one to read. And actually, I'm going to cover HTML in a bit more detail, so you will know that. Okay, these are important. Okay, so H1, this is H1 tag, HTML crash course. H1 is also starting and ending. P is known as paragraph tag, and it is also starting and ending. So this is there, and we will learn about all the tags in detail in a minute. We will start. So this is coming like that. But why did I told to install a extension known as live server? That is a reason. Okay, so suppose I have another P tag. Okay, and Laura might have save it. If I go back here, it is not reflected. It is not reflected. So how it will be reflected? I will refresh it, then only it will get it. So every time I change something, I have to do this thing. Okay. Every time I change something, I have to refresh it. Okay. So I don't want to do that thing. Every time I don't want to do that. So I have installed a live server extension. And what happened? When I install it, I have to right click and open with live server. I have to do, and then it will give me a sort of URL, and see sort of this URL it will give me, and this is there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove it and save it. Just save it and see that is removed. So that is an instantly, and we don't have to do a reload every time. This is known as hot reload in programming term. So this is known as hot reload. So this is very important. This is very easier to do. All developers work like this only, so they do the easier thing. Okay, so that is there. Now, as I've told about the syntax, and they're also known as tag names. So this H1 is starting and ending is there for a tag. Okay, page structure also I have told. So now let me remove this. Now we will learn all the tags one after the another. The first tag which we are going to learn are the heading tags. So this is not the only heading tag. So there's just like this H1 is there. Then this is H2, H3, H3, H4, H5, H6 is there. Save it. See, So these are of different sizes. H1 is of different size, H2 is of different size. They are all heading tags, but after H4, this is very small. So we generally don't use it. But these 6 heading tags are there, H1 to H6. So I am telling about different tags. So first thing I have told is about the H1 tag. So the next tag, not a tag, it is a sort of a thing, option which I'm going to tell. It is known as comments. So comments I'm going to tell. So it is heading. I'll do just heading I have written, see, and then after that I will do a control and backslash I do. And in the Windows, control and backslash, and a Mac it is command and backslash. So what it is done, what is this heading? So what is this heading? I have done, this is known as comments. These are for the developer and not for a normal public who are going to see our website. So if I have written this here and I will go here and see, I'm not seeing it here, but this is just for a developer, it's either me or some other developer who is going to work. Okay, so it is for them only. So this is known as a comment, and this is heading tag. So next we are going to learn about paragraph tag, and we are going to put a comment every time so that it is much more easier for you to understand. Paragraph, I should spell it right. So paragraph tag example also we have seen it is start with a P and end with a P like this, and anything which goes inside it, it will show it as a paragraph. So I will write our famous text 𝗪𝗲𝗃𝗲𝗃, and it will write it like this, and we can have multiple paragraphs also. So there will be a bit of a space between them, and 𝗪𝗲, okay. So it is there, and if I go here, see, the two paragraphs are being shown, and there is a bit of a space between them, as I was telling. So paragraph tag is also very important. And then there is something known as inline and block level element. I will tell about them. So let me tell about that. What is block level element? Inline element we'll see now. You see, after this H1, the H2 is there, but there is a lot of space here. H3, there is a lot of space here. So why didn't it gone here, this gone here, this gone here, this gone here in one line? It could have fitted in one line. Paragraph tag also it could have done here, because they're block level element. So every element, every tag which ends, it will start the next one from the next line. So these are known as block level elements, both paragraph and both H1. Most of the tags are block level. Some of them are inline, so that will come one after the other. We'll see inline tag example soon. Okay, so, and in fact the next tag which we are going to see is the inline. So next we'll do link tags. Okay, links and links tag we are going to do. So links tag are also the anchor tag which you might have seen in any website. Some anchor is there, and you some link is there, you click on it, you go to some other website. So those are known as link tag. Okay, so A is there, there is something known as href in it. Okay, href is like the link in which it will go. Okay, so href I will give like okay, like this I will give, and this is my site address, and learn web development. I'll do save it. If I come here, see, learn web development, whatever I'm writing inside it, it is coming there, and this underscore and all these things are coming from it. Means you might have seen this kind of links a lot, so underscore and all are coming. Okay, and then I will click on it, and it's a bit slow, I think, and it will take to my site. I don't know why it is not opening. Okay, might have not clicked. Yeah, I have not clicked. So I am clicking, it is taking to my site. Okay, it is taking to my site. Okay, go back, it will come here. So this is our link tag. Okay, so you might have seen that when I'm clicking on it, what is happening, it is opening in the same window, which is same tab. This one is tab, so it is not a good user experience. If I open it, it should open it in the next tab. Okay, so how to do that? Okay, so let me copy it, and the web dev I'll do, and let me give a link to my YouTube video and one of my YouTube video, actually this live YouTube video only, I have given the link to that. Okay. And but if I give it like this, it will open in the same thing. Even before showing that, I will tell one more thing. Okay. So that is that, see this link tag, it is opening one after the another. So that this tags were taking the next line, this opening one after the another. So what are they are known as inline element also. And one more thing you should notice, that when I click on something, its color changes from blue to purple, but this is still blue because I have not visited this. So it is like that. And then this, the web dev is there, and but if I will use it like this, it will open in the same tab. I don't want to open it in the same tab, so I will give something known as target equal to underscore blank. Target is equal to underscore blank. Save it. And now if I come here and notice I'm just clicking on it. I'm just clicking on it. I've just click on it. I've just click on it and it will open it in the next window. And right now my streaming on it open. Okay, so if I click on it, it is opening in the next. And here if I click on it, it is opening here only, because no target blank is there. Okay, so that is the power of target blank, which you should always try to give. So this is done. Now the next thing which we are going to do, so these things are known as tag attributes. So see, in H1P we didn't give anything, but here we have given the tag attributes. They just give the additional information, and this is very much required in link tag, because that is the source you are giving. This is just the name, this is the source in which this will go. Okay, so the next tag which we are going to see are the list tags. List tag, and here I'll do unordered list. So list, that bullet list you might have seen at a lot of places, they are known as a list tag. Okay, so it's contain of like the UL you have to take. UL is known as unordered list. Okay, UL is known as unordered list, and then inside that I have to take li. UL is known as unordered list, and li is known as list item. Okay, so item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 list items I have, and if you go here, see this dot is coming, so this dot dot dot, so they are known as list item. Okay, so this dot dot dot, they are known as list item. Okay, so this is list item, and then unordered list means there is no order, that dots are there. Okay, so similar to this, let me copy this, and we have something known as ordered list also. Ordered list, not unordered list, it is ordered list. So ordered list is how different. This is the value number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I have not given the number, this was ordered list. Okay. See, Control V, if I do it like 6, so let's see, this will come like this. Okay, so like this it will come. And then the next thing which we are going to learn are very important, which are forms tag. Okay, forms are very important in any programming language, and mainly in a website. Not any program, in a website, of forms are very important. Whatever you see, like a sign up form, login thing, and all those things, user and password they ask, or some detail they want you to fill, the website want you to fill some detail, they are forms and they're very important. Okay, so like this will come, and now, okay, before the form also I want to tell something. So it is going very down. Actually, there is not much space. Soon we will lose a lot of space, because we're going to do some more things also here. So there is 2 more tags which I want to tell. One is the BR means break row. So you cannot see it right now, means what it does, it gives go to the next line, gives a bit of a space. So, and the another thing which we are going to do is HR means horizontal root. Horizontal root is very equal to say a line has been created, horizontal root, because we want to start the next from there. So the next thing which we are going to do is the form. And then in a form, we have this label and the input. So label and the input, we have label, for tag we can take maybe for name, and name I will give. So labels are not that important, but generally it's the industry standard. The label is been used with the input, but it is not required. Okay, but the main tag is the input tag. Okay, the input tag is the main tag. So input type text, and name is name, and id is name. So these are all the things which is required, and id is required because whenever we take a for in the label, this id is taken, they are related. So name is name because we have to give a unique name. But the input type text, that is very important. So there are a lot of input types in the modern HTML. There are more than 12 input types, input type files, and all those fancy things are also there, which you can see, and where we can see all these tags and all. Okay, so there is a very good site known as W3C Schools. Go to W3 Schools, go to Learn HTML, and all the extra tags, which I'm not going to tell. Also, it will be there, but I'm going to tell the main thing, which you can see. Okay, so so input type text, name and ID is there, and similarly we will have one for age also, label age, and label age will be input type number, name is age, and id is age. Okay, so input type is number, input type is text. So how they are different? Let me save it, and then we will see the difference. Okay, so I'm coming here. See, this is name is there, input box has been created, and age also input box is been, so our form has been created. So here we can add anything, write anything, okay. And here, see, if I hover my mouse over here, this thing is coming, and I am trying to press some alphabet, but I'm not able to press some alphabets, A, B, C, D. I cannot do 1, 2, 3, something like this I can do. Okay, so, and even I can increase it from here. So this is the number. Okay, so this is the number. So one more thing. So if you can see both of them are coming on the same line, because again this is a inline element. So suppose in this case I want to put it in a different line. If we are using CSS, I would have used some CSS property and made the display as block, but here we are not using any CSS property, so, and we have to make it as a block. So the main way is to wrap it with a div. So I'm wrapping it with a div. So div I'm wrapping. Okay, so I'm wrapping it with a div. So div is a block level element, and you'll see dot in the code. It doesn't mean much, but it is a block level element, and you'll see in all HTML codes this div thing is there. Okay, and this div also, another div also is there, and this one also I will wrap with the div, save it. Now if I come here, see both of them in the next line. Okay, we have some space issue and all. So right now we're not doing CSS, so we cannot use CSS. We'll use CSS next. So will not touch CSS right now. So one easy way is to do a break row after this, so that the break row is there. So some gap is there, although it is very ugly. It is really ugly. We are going to make this CSS a bit beautiful, this type of form a bit beautiful through the CSS later on. Okay, so this thing is there. Then after that, let us add some more things, and you'll understand it better. So I will add only the main things, means the forms are also very, as I told. Notice you can upload the file also from here. You don't need an additional piece of code, and you can have a calendar also here. So you might have seen in a lot of sites, when I click there, a calendar is there. Suppose enter date of birth, so you can click on the calendar and select it. So those all things are also there. You don't have to write any code for extra code for that. In earlier days we have to write extra code, but actually HTML5 came in 2015, and with it a lot of features have came. Okay, so those features are also there, and that is on you to check it out. Go here, I think there will be somewhere. See, they have got a form, HTML form, so go through it and you will see all these things. Okay, so that is there. Let's close it, and we are going to see some more important fields right now. Okay, some more important fields we are going to see. So this the next important field which I'm going to see is a text area. It is something known as text. It is like input box. Okay, so now the break row is there, and then the div is there, and label is there, and for message, and it is a text area. Okay, so I don't want this. Okay. Text area name is message id is message. And one thing about text area, okay, one thing I forgot to tell about this input is a sort of a self-closing tag, so you're not seeing anything like this uh in the input. So although it is perfect to do this, but it is not required by HTML5. You don't even have to give it. But one thing more you can give it is this, like this. But even in normal HTML you don't do require this. This is actually required when you are using your React. Okay, it is required at that time. Okay, so now it is not required. So text area, but in text area it is required. Input it is not required. Text area it is required. Okay, name message and id message and text area I have done. Text area. So I will come here, see the text area. Okay, I should have I have a break row, but I think okay, it is done. I have done a break row. I broke something. After name, why it is coming? After name, age is there. Oh, so okay, this is div. I have too many extensions. Okay, this is div. Okay, so now the space is there. So if I write something, see, I can have a multiple lines. So this is what the text area or multiple lines. The input type text doesn't have a multiple line. So this is there. And then after that, after messages, I'll come here and do a break row here, and then I will do a div again, and this time I will tell about the drop down buttons, drop down list which we have. So drop down list, let's see about the drop down list. Label and color, favorite color, select name color, and select I will close. Okay, so this is what select is there, and select name again I have to take, and id should be as for, and then in the inside the select I have something known as options. So value. So this value is something which will go to the backend. We're not learning backend. Backend is the toughest stuff. So in the backend some values goes to the backend server. So this whatever is written here, it will go, and it's red, green, blue, whatever. So it's one difference you see, this is a caps capital. Okay, so red, green and blue, this will be shown. Okay, this will be shown. So if I save it, see, red, green and blue are shown, and I can select any of them. This is a drop down button. So this is drop down button, and then next thing which we are going to see are two other important things. Means one of them is a checkbox, the other is a radio box. So this div will come div, okay, and let me have a h5. What do you own? Okay, and input type, not text, input type check box. So checkbox is also the input type checkbox is there, and name equal to vehicle1 vehicle1 and comma value equal to bike. So the value whatever I'm taking it here, so that value will also be printed. You will see that thing. Value will not be printed. Actually, it will go to the backend. My bad. So just like here, it was going to the backend. It will go to the backend here. So that thing we have to do. So label and label for, let me give it as maybe, okay, instead of vehicle1, why don't we take it as bike? Why don't we can take it as bike also? So value, let is go to the capital. Okay, so if I do a for of this, I have to do a id also equal to bike. So that is important. Id also equal to bike also. So this is like this I have done, and like this I will have two more. Okay, so the next one will be car car, 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 but this one I wanted caps. Next one will be boat, 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 boat. I'll do save it. See, where is it all? Okay. Okay. Okay, one more thing I want to do after this form, break row, horizontal row also. I want to do it here also. See, but where they are, so they are not being shown. Why they are not being shown? Because this is again inline element. Okay, so both of them are inline elements. So I will have a br here, br here, and br here. Save it. Why it is not being shown? Okay, because I have not written anything. So why it will be shown? Because I have to put something inside it. Okay, my bad. Bike, car, boat, bike, car, boat. Just like we have it here. Bike, car, boat, have it, and it will be line checkbox or something like this. You can click on it. Okay, checkbox are something which you can click, and you can select all of them, or you can select whatever you want. Okay, it is not like that. You can select all of them or any one of them which you want. So this is like this boat, and then after that we'll learn about radio boxes. So the radio boxes are also very much important, so we'll learn about that. And then div, okay, label is like, not label, I will again require a h5. h5 is like gender. Okay, gender I will keep. And so there is one difference between a radio and input. So you might have seen the checkbox. So you, in a checkbox, you can select all of them, but here you cannot select all of them. And then input is the type is radio, name equal to gender, and value equal to male. Okay, so like this, name is gender and value is male. Okay, then I will have a label here. So label, I will have it as male, maybe. So the ID also will be equal to male. ID also will be equal to male. Okay, so let me put a male here. Okay, and then we'll have the next two genders. It will be female, 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 others, other, 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 other. So other, so all these three are there. So one thing to notice here is that, see, ID is okay, ID is different, ID is for, but the name should be same in all the radio buses. The name is gender in all of the three. Name is gender in all of the three. So name is gender. Save it. And if I come back here, so I will get the gender. And if I clicking here, I can click here only. I can then click here. This click will go gone. And so this is very important. The name should be same for all of them. And anyways, radio box, you can select only one at a time, but all of them should be same. Then only it will go to the backend properly. So all of them have the name gender, but I can select only one of them. Okay. Someone is asking something. What is the use of diff tag? So actually there is no use of a diff tag. Diff tag is just to create a block level element. So it is to create a block level element. So block level element, as we might have seen, that it goes to the next line. So that's why I'm using a div tag. A div tag you will see a lot in the HTML code. People use it a lot. Div and span. So div is for block level and span is for inline element. Hope it answered your question. Well, that is like that. Div and nice question. Okay. So this is like that. And here we wanted it to go to the next line. So that's why, or else what was happening, see, this would have come after this would have come after this. Because by default, these are inline elements. Okay. So now we are going to have another thing. Means the last thing of the puzzle is always a form always have a submit button. Okay, submit button is always there. So we will have that last. Okay, div and input type is submit and value equal to submit, value submit, and value whatever value you had, it will come in. So it actually it's create a button kind of a thing. So this button kind of a thing is there, and this is a different kind of a button. We will learn a bit later on. This is mainly a JavaScript thing. Means when you submitted, this form will be submitted. Okay, you might have seen that when I'm submitting it, the refresh is the reload is happening. So this is a HTML submit type button. It is a button. Type submit you do, it will create a button. Okay, so button is there, and so if button is there, so there is a button tag itself. So our form is done. So now I'll do button. Okay, button is there like this button, and so button is there, and click me and do and break row, save it. If I click, so this just a simple button. This is a simple button. So I'm clicking it, the refresh is also not happening because this is not a form button, but this is a form button. If you click it, there's a refresh is also happening. So this is like a simple button without any CSS. So those fancy buttons you see, they're because of the CSS. This is a simple button. Okay, so this is what is button is all about. Okay, so now we are going to learn about image tag. Okay, so image tag we are going to learn, and image tags are very important because our website looks good because only of the images. Okay, so image I'll do, and then ng src. So it has got an src equal to, and you have to give a source here. So there are two ways to give a source here. One way is to have some images stored locally, and one way is to give a link of an image. So let's do the other way. Maybe I'll go to on splash.com, and I'll select a desktop image, maybe this one, and I will just download it. So what it will do, it will download me the highest version. Okay, so it is like this, and it is showing folder. So this is like this. I'll cut it actually, and then I have to make it here. So generally images, what we do, we have an image folder. So I will create an just folder. Okay, and then I will reveal in file explorer. It will come here and paste the image here, and let me call the image as unsplash only. Unsplash only, I'm telling it. Close it, and it has been shown like this, and it's a big image actually. Okay, so I'll come here, and in src I have to go to the exact directory. So how I'll go? Images slash unsplash.jpg. I'll do save it. If I come back, so the image is mentioned, and it's quite a big image. As I was telling, so it is scrolling. It's quite a big image. That is something which I wanted to show. It's a big image, but I don't want this big image. It is not even been shown. So for that, what we have a bit of things in our HTML. Also we can give some other attributes also. One is known as width. Width is 300 we'll give, and height is like equal to 200 I'll give. And one more thing I want to show, which is alt is also important. It is like unsplash. Okay, so alt is like the alternative. First let me save it and see. Now it is showing as small. It is showing 300 width and 200 height. But what is this alt tag? Is the tag which is the alternative. Suppose for some reason this image is not being shown, maybe the internet is off in the mobile from which I'm going to do. Internet is not there, so the image cannot be shown. Maybe the developer had made some mistakes. So unsplash one I have done. There is no image like unsplash one. So see, unsplash, it has been shown. That name, whatever name you give, it will be shown. Save it, and it is again been shown. Okay, actually we have completed HTML and all the important tags we have done. The form tag was the most important. All the important tags we have done in HTML. That's a good thing. Okay, and then we are now okay. So now it's time to start our CSS journey. So CSS we are going to start now, and CSS we are going to start. So first thing, I'm going to stop it, dispose it, and even I'm going to close this. And CSS, I'm going to do it in a new folder. Actually, the folder is also closed. You have to go and okay, and I'll create a new folder here, CSS Basics. I'll do CSS Basics, this new folder, and again we have to do the same thing. So I will do the same thing, and which is now opening the VS Code, and actually it is showing my old one only. So I'll do a file and the new window, and then I can close it. And again I have to come here. Okay, so this CSS Basics, I will drag it here, and it will open my CSS Basics. Close it, extend it, and then index.html. So anyways, CSS is used to beautify the things, have all those means. Without just plain HTML, sites are very boring. Initially internet was introduced in 1993. There was no CSS, and the earlier site was very boring. 1995 CSS was introduced in HTML, and the sites become very vibrant and very good. Okay, so index.html is there. Okay, and then again I'll do this tilde and do this tab, and it will give me the skeleton code. And I'll do a CSS Basics I'll do, and then it is still like this. Okay, so what I want to tell first in CSS, again save it and open with live server. Nothing is there because we have not done anything. Okay, so nothing is there. Okay, so Actually, there are three ways to use CSS in a HTML file. So anyways, we're going to use it in an HTML file to style those tags. So one is the inline CSS, one is external CSS, one is internal CSS. So the first thing which we are going to do is inline CSS. Okay, inline CSS. So what is inline CSS? Suppose we have a h1 and CSS crash course. I'm going to do CSS crash course then. Okay, CSS crash course. So by default it will show black. Black is black, it is been shown as black, but now I want to add a style to it. So one way is to do the style tag equal to color is blue. Color is blue. I'm giving color is blue. And this is the style tag is important to give the inline CSS, and we should not generally give inline CSS, and because there are other better way to give, but sometimes people give inline CSS also. So inline CSS I'll do, and see the inline CSS has been done. So inline CSS has been placed, and it is a blue color. This is a blue color. Okay, so the inline CSS color is blue. Okay, so now let us do some more. Now we'll do external CSS. Okay, external CSS we're going to do p lorem maybe 40 lorem 40, and external CSS and internal CSS are like same, but external CSS, what to do, we'll come to this head tag, and I'll do a style here, and inside the style I'll do anything. So I will target this p tag. So p tag I'll target, and I will make the color as brown. So here also the color by default is black. Okay, everything is black by default. So p tag, I'm targeting the p tag. So this is the way which we are going to use CSS mainly. So p tag I'm targeting, and this curly bracket I have to give, and then the property is the same thing like this. I'm doing it here, but here I have to give a style and all those things and all those things. Save it. So if I go, the p tag is brown in color. So this is what it is all about. Okay, tag is brown in color, and then I will go, and so this is external internal CSS. Okay, internal CSS, because we're doing it internally, but the main way to do CSS is to have CSS in a different file, and then we'll link it with our HTML file, index or HTML file. So what we are going to create, we are going to create a new file which is style.css. Style.css I'll do, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have h3 now, and best place to learn CSS. Best place to learn CSS I'm doing, and then so by default it is black in color, and h3 is a bit smaller. So how I'm going to do, I'm going to do the h3 here. Same thing, it is like that internal CSS only, but I'm doing it here h3, and background color. So there is a property known as background color. We'll go a bit on the different properties of CSS. CSS also I will tell the important properties. There are more than 10,000 properties, so we cannot go through all of them, and nobody knows all of them. Okay, background color, maybe this aquamarine I'll take, and color I will take it as white. Okay, so this two, and there is another property known as padding. So padding I'll do, and it gives a space. Let me give it 1% and save it. But if you see, nothing is happening. Why? Because we have not linked the CSS yet. So how to link the CSS? So here I will come, and here I will do a link and CSS like this, and style.css by default it come, and it is not coming. You have to give this rel style sheet and href style.css. If I come here, see it is coming. Best place to learn CSS. So a bit of padding is also there. So this is there. Black is not been shown good, so I will make it a bit red. Red is good. See, this, it is red, it's been shown correctly. Okay, so this is what about external CSS, and we should always use like this as external style sheet, and we are going to use it like this only from now onward. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do are the colors in CSS. Okay, so the colors in CSS we are going to do, and the first thing which I want to do is I want to remove these things. Okay, removing this thing, and even removing this thing, we are going to look only everything we are going to look from here. So actually there are three ways to give colors in CSS. Okay, so let me tell about all three. Actually there are four ways. Okay, let us see all the four ways to give color in CSS. Okay, let me show some link first. Okay, so you might have seen that I have taken some weird kind of color name like aquamarine and all. Actually, there are 140 weird kind of color names. Some of them are common, but some of them are very weird kind of in HTML5. So these are colors names comes from HTML5, which the CSS supports. Actually, both of them are generally done through the same committee, HTML and CSS. W3C, the committee name, I think, which oversees the HTML and CSS. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the name is like, see, the Indian red, light coral, salmon, crimson, dark red, deep pink. Tomato is also a color name. Orange is also a color name. Khaki is also a color name. All these are different color names. The 140 are there. So if you want to see, you can come to this site and see this thing, HTML, Google HTML color name. So 140 color names are there. This is one way, and we have already used it. So this is one way to give the color names. Okay, so there are, but this is not the only way, because it cannot be like that. If there are only 140 colors, internet would have been very dull. So there are not just 140 colors. So there are actually million of colors, and all of them, you cannot give a color name. They have given 140 color name. That is a huge thing to do. Okay, so as I'm telling, so that is not the all of the things to do. Okay, so the other thing is that there the other important color thing is the hexadecimal color system, which we are going to see now. So hexadecimal color system are a 6-digit color system in which we give hexadecimal. So hexadecimal is a bit different than decimal, because the normal decimal which we use in our system in English, means in English or any other language, is 0 to 9 based. So 0 to 9 and then everything is there. But the hexadecimal is 16 base. So decimal is 10 base, and hexadecimal is 16 base, because it is 0 to 9 also, and then A to F also. So it is 16 base. It can contain more color than a more units than a decimal thing. Okay, so it is infinite, but it can contain more. And computer term, it is never infinite. It can contain some certain things. So all the color names it contains from 000 to, so it's a 6-digit thing, something like this. This is a 6-digit thing. And first to see, one more thing I want to tell: a human eye, whatever color they see, it is red, green, and blue. A mixture of red, green, and blue. Mix those color. It is a human eye sees a contrast of red, green, and blue. So those three are mixed and to show different colors. Something have complete red, something have complete green, and that's a concept combination of that. So first 2 unit is for red, next 2 is for green, and last 3 is for blue. Okay, so this is like that hexadecimal animation, but you don't have to learn all those things. So there are many good hexadecimal pickers are there on any site. So like this, any site you can go, and even if I hover my mouse over it, it will give me this picker. So any picker you can pick, and you can choose the color, so and it will give you the nice color. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to do the body as a hexadecimal. So body I'll do as a background color. I will change background color. Okay, and you have to be a hash here, and let me choose from here. Like this is a red kind of color, so this I have to choose from here, hash, and I will save it. See, now I will come back. Where is my thing? Okay, so see, our kind of a red background, it is changed. So this is known as hexadecimal. Okay, so now from hexadecimal, now H3 I have done. So let me give the H1 also. This I will give color as, okay, so this color we will take from a next system. Okay, so what the next system we are going to learn? The next system which we are going to do is known as RGB. RGB stands for red, green, and blue. As I've told, that's the human I can see is red, green, and blue, and we directly give that value. So all the color picker which you will see, it will give you the value, corresponding value for hexa also, corresponding value for RGB also. And these are 3 units which starts from 0 to 255. So it is giving me RGB, and I want a dark color for this. So let me take this blue. Let me take it a bit darker. And this RGB I will select, and color I will give. Then I'll save it. Then I'll go back. See, this blue color has been done. So this is known as RGB. Again, you cannot learn, there is a millions of color. Okay, so actually there is one more thing is there, which let us take that also. And that is a bit difficult to tell, and that is known as HSL. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. And what in it, that hue only stands for color. This is some cylindrical kind of thing is there. If you want to deep dive, you can see some Google thing and all, Google article, or also hue. The color is been represented by H. Saturation is like the whatever the saturation is there. So you might have heard this term in television. This saturation thing is there, and then the lightness is there. Okay, the lightness is by default whatever it is there, lightness. So this P, so the P tag, I will do it for the P tag. Let me do for the P tag with the HSL. So again, I'll do a color, not RGB this time some HSL, and again I will give some dark color here. So like this, and HSL, save it. If I come, see this dark color, it has been done. Okay, let me not give it like this, give it like green color. Green color I have given. You see, this is the green color. This has been done. So this is known as color. Okay. So now there is something known as fonts in CSS. So these fonts are what? So if you have used MS Word, you might have seen that there are a lot of font, Arial and all those things are there. So those are here also, and there, in fact, there are more fonts here. So font family, you have to give a font, and then like Arial I'll give. Okay, so I've given 3 things: Arial, Helvetica, and sans serif. Okay, and it will take the Arial thing, it will not change a bit, it has got changed. So all of the, so I'm giving bodies, all of them will change. So why I have given 3 fonts? So 3 fonts I've given because see, Arial is there. Okay, so Arial is the first one, and the next 2 fonts, it will always take Arial. The next 2 fonts are known as fallback fonts. Okay, so what are fallback fonts? So fallback fonts are something like if this font is not available on the browser, see, all the browsers are different. Browsers are made by companies, not by HTML, not by HTML committee. W3C doesn't make browser. Browser is the work of a company. Browser are way too complicated, and they're all of them are created by big companies. Google creates Chrome. Firefox is created by Mozilla, a very big company, and we all know Edge is created by Microsoft. Safari has been created by your Apple, and there are some other small browsers also, but they are not that much successful because browser business is a big business. Okay, Nav tag, I'm not even come. Nav is a semantic tag. Okay, someone is asking me on YouTube. Nav tag is used for, actually nav is a semantic tag, and so you're asking a HTML question. So there are some tags which are semantic tags. So let me answer that person. So there are some tags which are semantic tags. Okay, I'm not seeing this, just I'm saying that, sorry. Okay, so that I have not taught semantic tags. So div and spans. The problem with div and span is that they means nothing. So they were very difficult for the browser to understand. So HTML5 have invented semantic tags. HTML5, as I've told, it was invented in 2000, not invented, it was brought by the committee, W3C committee in 2015. So they are telling that they're encouraging us not to use div and span, and to use, like, there is a header tag, there is a nav tag, there is a section tag, there is an article tag, all those tags. So they mean something. So article means inside it there will be some article, section means inside this there will be some section, nav means inside inside it there will be a nav bar. So there is a nav bar of every site. There is a nav bar. So not this site, but any site. If you go to my site also, the webdev.tech, so this is known as nav bar. So this part is known as nav bar, which had got this home, contact, about us. This is known as nav bar. So generally this thing is wrapped inside a nav, so that it is better for the screen readers also. Okay, so if we have come to screen readers, let me tell what is the screen readers. So people, this is a very big thing, accessibility nowadays in web development. See, people who have a bit of problem in seeing, so nowadays nobody wants them also to be get outside of this internet. Internet is a revolution which is started all 20 years back. So nobody wants them to be out also. So how a person who have difficulty in seeing can see the internet, means go through internet, which is all about seeing. So they have a special type of software known as screen readers. Screen readers are a special type of software. So those people who have difficulty in seeing, they will add that software in their laptop, and then they will type any website, or they will Google Alexa, or everything is that they will tell them, okay, go to yahoo.com. So it will go to yahoo.com, and it will read the news one by one, whatever is there on yahoo.com. So what it does, it will read everything one by one. It will go through any article, and these screen readers even read the tags also. So if it says it's a div is there and all these things, so it doesn't make sense. That's why also for accessibility also these semantic tags are used a lot. Nice question. Okay, so what we are seeing, yeah, font family, we have seen this font family. I have done like this, and then the many other font families also which you can see. And then let's do a bit more here. So there is a very important thing known as font size. It is like 20px. I'll do 20px, save it. So font size is very important. 20px I have done. So see, it has become bigger. 20 pixels, so 1px, 2px, 3px, all those things are there. So by default, whenever you give a paragraph, it will put in something like whatever size it is there, it will put there. So that paragraph, okay, so that is there. But what it put actually default size, whatever it put. So we can change it easily. But CSS, we can change everything. So font size 20 pixel. Pixel is something like that pixel which we have in a television, that dot pixel. So someone says that this TV is very good, this monitor is very good because the pixel is high. So the more pixel you have, the everything is made up of dot in a monitor. Everything is a dot. So more dots are there in a small inch, the clarity is much better. So pixel is something like that only, but when you increase the pixel, it increases the size. So okay, font size is 20px, and then font weight is bold. Save it. Font weight is bold. So it is then this bold. Okay, so this bold thing is there. Okay, then I have something known as line height. Okay, line height. So let us do that. Line height, and it is 1.6 m. I'll do 1.6 m. Save it. So I'm coming at m soon. So 1.6 m I have done. So see, some space is there, 1.6 m, some spaces are there. Yeah, okay, 1.6 m. And then so this is about 1 m. So what is this m? What is this px and what is this m? So let me tell about this px and m. So px, as I have told, px is the most basic unit. You will see it everywhere. So more pixel you will increase, the size will increase, as simple as that. But there are two other units also. One is known as em, one is known as rem. So em means whatever the parent element is there, its size is based on that. Okay, its size is based on that. So suppose this okay, So let me do one thing. Okay, let me do a div here. Let me wrap everything in a div. Okay, I'm going to wrap everything in a div. So div is when you wrap something in something, so it becomes the parent and rest of them are children. So div have got three children, h1, h3, and p. So div, I will not target this div. This div I'll target. Let me target this div, and I will make this div as just I will make the font size as 20 px. Okay, 20. No, I'll make this div font size as 10 px. 10 px I'll make it. Okay, font size is 10 px. It will have some adverse effect, but it's okay. Font size as 20 px, and let me make it as 1m. I'll make it as 1m. 10 px. Everything has become small. I know that thing. Okay, so what does m means? M means, see, if the font size is 10 px, parent font size, whatever the parent font size is in px, and then I am taking it as m. M means 1m means the parent is 10 px, so it is 10 into 1. It will be also 10 px. If I make it 2, it means it is 20 px. It is multiplied by 20, so it means it is 20 px. Okay, it means it is 20 px. So like that, you might have got it. So, and what is that m? What is m? So actually it is containing this h1 also. So h1 have also become a bit smaller and all. So h1 also it is containing, h3 also it is containing. So I will make it as font size as maybe as first I will make it as 2m. I will make it as 4m. First I will make it as 4m because h3 is also inside our div only. So 4m means 40 px. Yeah, 40 px. 4m means 40 px. It will be done. 40 px it is done. But if there is another unit known as ram. It is even bigger than that. Why it is even bigger than that? RAM is why it is even bigger. The reason is that RAM doesn't believe in anything like that parent element all. It takes the root as the parent element, and by default a browser root or a body, by default the browser sets the font size as 16 px. So it is 16 px into 4. RAM is 16 px into 4. It is always calculated like that. So this is the RAM and the M. Okay, RAM and M. So now we're done with that. But you might have seen one thing that I'm giving a lot of div s3, and this is not a correct way to give css, because in bigger project what's happened, if I always give like div s3 h1, and some other developer also does this in bigger project, what happens in one project, a lot of developers work. Okay, so they also give this, it will override the css and create havoc in that. So what we generally do, so first thing first, I will actually, okay, so we have concept classes and IDs here. Okay, classes and IDs. So div, I will come here, and here I will give the class as equal to box1. So this is an attribute class. So this class, what is this class? So classes are something which you can have multiple time, and IDs are something which you can have one time only. But when we give something as class, it becomes unique in the sort, I can now refer this div with this class name, this div with this class name, and this class can go to h1, h3, anything can have a class. So now what I'm going to do, I will save it, and then this box one, I will go this, let me do it here. And classes we do it by dot box1, and background color is light gray. I'll do, save it, background color is light gray. See, the whole of the div, see, it was the whole of the div, the background color is light of gray. So background color is like that, light of gray. Okay, so it is okay. And now div we can have it multiple places like this. Classes we can have multiple places, or like this I can have another one. So maybe I will remove this as 3 here, and maybe I will make this as a bit smaller so that it is differentiable. And so I can have this box at multiple places. So see this. Okay, so box has multiple places I am having, and this box things will be taken there. Okay, so now I will tell the id. So suppose I have two p's, and this I will have id. So id equal to, I'll make the id as second p. So ids you can give only one time. Classes you can take multiple times, but ids you can take only one time. That is the thing is there. Save it, and then I will come here, and then ids are given by hash second p. And now the second p, so what is the p color? P color is blue, so all the p colors are blue. So I will, let me make it a bit different color. I will make purple is a what color? Purple. I'll make, save it. So see, this has become purple and this is green. Okay, so it has sort of override, means I can give this hash, means hash thing. Okay, so this is there now. Okay, one sec. Okay, okay, so we will learn about now one more thing which is very important, which is also known as box model. So we will learn about the box model. Okay, so it might be asked in some interview questions also, this box model. So one more thing, don't want to have this general thing, so it is getting added to a lot of things, and it is okay. I also remove this. Okay, so to RAM. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to learn about a bit of box model. We are going to learn. Okay, so div lorem 40, make it a bit small, and id equal to box model. I'll do, save it, box model. I'll go and hash box model. I'll do, then. So as I told, box model is very important questions which you can get in a lot of places. So background color is light gray. Background color is light gray, and width is, so we can give a width also. Width is 300 pixel. Width is 300 pixel. Background color is light gray, and width is 300 pixel. And we have something known as border also. Border is 15 px solid green. I'll take the border as like this, and we have a property. So let me take this much, and first, so it is showing like this. Okay, so border is something which is actually it surrounds the element. So border is surrounding the element. Okay, so okay, so that is the, okay, okay, So this box, okay, so width and border is there. Border is 15 px, and so as you have seen, border is coming as outside. We have something known as padding also. Padding, I will do padding as 50 px. Okay, padding as 50 px, and so padding is what? Padding is, see, if I open it, so padding is something which is, so we have this some spaces around, so this is known as padding. Okay, and margin is there. Margin is 20 px, and margin, so we will learn about this. So we learn about this box model here. Okay, so now if I go here and if I right click, I can right click and inspect anything. So right click and inspect, and then this box model is there. Box model is selected, so all the code we can see for HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So see, you can see this thing is coming. So this is known as box model. See, first thing, box model means the first thing is the content. So see, when I'm taking my mouse over here, so this is the content. So box model, first part is the content. After that, whatever I give, it is padding. So I have taken the mouse over there, so it is showing the padding also 50 px all over around, because we have given the padding like that. Then the border is 15 px all rounded, and then the margin, which is 20 px all rounded. So this is known as box model. Very important interview question. And one more thing is that this one more thing I want to tell, that margin is generally between two different elements, and padding is between the space between the content and the element. So it is for the element only, and margin is between two different elements. So this is something which you should keep in mind. Okay, so we are done. Actually, I don't want to go much into CSS more than this, because there are some other part of the CSS, and flexbox and grid are also there. So this is what CSS is done. And what I want to tell, if you want to know more about the CSS thing, so if you go to my site, okay, go to my site, and then yeah, the web lab, you can go to my site. Actually, I have just completed the CSS coaching previous week. So CSS coaching was done previous week only. So if I go to the playlist, yeah, CSS essential, it was a total 6 hours of training previous week, live training it was done. And you all can go through this. Okay, go through this, and you learn, because we have some time limitations, and you can go through this, and you learn everything about CSS. It's a very detailed thing. It's a 6 hours of training, so definitely it will be more detailed than this. You can go through this, and even the positioning and all those things are there, and even the flexbox and grid, which are the modern way to use CSS, are there. So you should go through this. Okay, and we are actually done with the basics of CSS. As I have told, HTML I had gone in detail, but CSS I cannot go in that much detail. CSS required a lot of time. Okay, so we will not go any much into CSS. And as I've told, this course is for someone who want to get into web development, and who can just test the waters. Okay, oh, okay, this is this much complicated. Seeing this video, they can test, okay, this is this much complicated, I can become a web developer, or I cannot become a web developer, this is way too tough for me. So this workshop is for them. If you think this is way too tough for you, you should not become. If you think, okay, it is not that much tough, okay, I can see. So see some more videos. Okay, some of my videos or someone else's videos, you can see them, and you can then decide whether you want to become a web developer, which is the best field and which have got the highest number of jobs in the next 10 years. You become a web app developer, no one can stop you. That is my surety. And if you do learn React.js, ask me for a job. A lot of people are after me, and they want React.js developers. I will give you a job if you learn React.js. You don't even have to ask. I'll give you. Do some good project. Okay. So the thing which we are going to learn now is JavaScript. Okay, we are going to learn JavaScript now. So JavaScript is used to add interactivity. Okay, and very good question. Someone asked, Abdul, what is the difference between JavaScript and React.js? Very good question. Okay, so this good questions I have to take. Abhyadut have asked a very gem of a question. What is the difference between JavaScript and React.js? See, JavaScript, React.js, Angular, and Vue, they are the three frameworks or library of JavaScript. So JavaScript concepts are very much required if you want to learn any of them, but they are quite different from JavaScript. You just cannot do just JavaScript and you can do into React. So JavaScript was not scalable. JavaScript was the only thing which was used to create simple websites till 2010. Then the age of web app have came because it was not scalable. JavaScript code is not scalable, means you cannot make a Facebook out of it and all those things. React code is very much scalable. At one time, 100 of people can work on the same code base and all of them. So it's a library. React is a library of Java, and this is the highest demand thing. See, sites like Facebook and all are not created using just plain vanilla JavaScript. This is known as vanilla JavaScript. They are created using something known as React.js because Facebook only invented React.js. Okay, and Google invented Angular. So these terms, you are, if anyone is there, they might have heard this term: Angular, React, Vue, all those things, these terms. So scalable application, big application require used to make React.js. You used to use React.js, and all those require you to use React.js. And but you cannot learn React.js without learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. They are required to do that, and that much I can tell. I have a lot of React.js videos on my channel also. You can go the basic, but don't touch it without doing HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And there is something known as ES6 also. Okay, so also don't touch it without doing ES6. That is the advanced form of JavaScript. So first you have to master these things: HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Then only you can go to React.js, which, just in simple term, JavaScript is used to make plain site, small site. React.js is used to make web apps like Facebook.com, Instagram.com, all those .com, big .coms. And that is what is used in the industry. All the means, if some startup is getting launched today, they will create a web app using React. As simple as that. Okay. So let me close this, and what, because we are going to learn JavaScript through editor. Okay, so JavaScript we are going to again touch basic. We are not going to learn through this. We are going to learn JavaScript through something like JSBin. So this is a very good online editor, JSBin. And we are going to learn through this. Okay, so what is JSBin? You can have this as, you can write the online editor, you can write the HTML, CSS, JavaScript code here. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose the JavaScript and the console. So what is a console? Console is something when you I'm clicking, right clicking, I'm doing the inspect. So this is a developer friend. This console is something, there is something known as console.log, which you can do and see. So developers do that a lot, console.log, and see what is the output and all. So like this console.log, this is Java script, and run it, and this is JavaScript, is it will printed in the console. And even this console, if I do, this is JavaScript isn't printed. Okay, so that console is only here. So we will learn JavaScript through this. Okay, so JavaScript, just like any other. So this is the first real programming language. This JavaScript is the first real programming language which we are going to learn. So HTML is not even considered a programming language, and this is where most people find it a bit difficult to do this. Okay, so JavaScript, just like any other language, if you are coming from a computer science background, in the colleges they might have been teaching you C++ or Java, which are not used anywhere in the industry. It is used, but not a fresher cannot get a job, and not that much in demand. As most of us know, colleges are at least 10 years behind the industry. Okay, so variables. So we are going to first learn about the variables. So in JavaScript, have gone through a lot of changes again in 2015. I don't know what was there in that year 2015. Everybody released something. HTML also releases HTML5. JavaScript releases something known as ES6. JavaScript main name is ECMAScript. So JavaScript released ECMAScript 6 in 2015, and there were a lot of good additions in JavaScript because of that. Okay, so JavaScript, so some variable we have to declare. So it is like var f name like this, and this I'll give 𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗃𝗃. So JavaScript doesn't have like integer or something. Everything is a var. So everything is a var, and beside the var there is something known as let also. So let was introduced with ES6 in 2015, as I am telling. So this was, and then const full name equal to, so we can use double quotes or single quotes. This is a string I am taking, Bindu Viswas, I do, and then console.log. So I'm doing the console.log here, console.log f name. Let me do console.log, console log, hell name, full name, clear it, run it, and see all these three are coming. So these are the three ways to declare variables in JavaScript. Okay, so these are the three ways, and now we will learn about the different type of data types in JavaScript. So in JavaScript we have three data types. Okay, no, not three. We have 6 primitive data types. Okay, what are the 6 primitive data types? And those 6 primitive data types are like this. These are the 6 primitive data. One is string, second is number, bool, null, undefined, and symbol. So just like some other languages might be there, it is not like that. Here we have this 6 different data types. Okay, 6 different data types are there: string, num, boolean, null, undefined, and symbol. So string we have seen. So this is string. So we have numbers also we have, and boolean means true and false. Null undefined, we'll see what is null undefined. Symbol is something which we will not use right now. Symbol is something which is in ES6, and it is a bit different. Means it is used to give unique thing, and this is beyond the basics. Even I don't teach it in the basics and all, so it is not used that much also. So let us look on the other data types. These are also known as primitive data. We'll take everything as a const name equal to 𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃, and okay, for you all guys, today at 8:30 p.m. I am going to do the last day of JavaScript, and actually JavaScript I have completed all. 8:30 p.m. on my YouTube channel. If you're not there, please go there, and please do subscribe to my channel if you're not done it yet. And there I will be teaching about, I will be doing a project because all JavaScript basics are done. I will be doing a project today. Okay, so const name. Okay, so let's get this going. Const name, const age equal to 39, const rating equal to 5.5, const is developer equal to true, const x equal to null, const y equal to undefined, and let z. Okay, so this is there, and there is an operator in JavaScript known as type of, which gives the what is the type of something. So we will use that. Okay, first let me also comment this out. This I will comment this out so that this is not coming in here. Okay, then console.log type of name age rating is developer x y z clear run. So it will give me the type of, so obviously name, it is a string, this is the number, and 39 is the number, 5.5 is also number. In JavaScript you don't have something like float or integer. In other languages like C++ and Java, we don't have anything like that, true and false, two boolean value, just like in any other language. But X is null and Y is undefined. Okay, well, let me tell about null and undefined a bit. So what is null? Null and undefined, both of them means the emptiness of value. So if it means that empty values, null and undefined both means empty values, but both is a different way. See, null is something which is assigned by the user generally. So here we have assigned undefined also, but generally null is assigned by the user programmatically. And undefined, if you don't leave anything, if you leave anything, something like this, let Z, I have left the let Z, so I've let this let Z, I've done. So if type of Z is, I am doing Z or Z, whatever you say it, it is showing as undefined. So that is undefined, but I can declare it also like this, but generally we don't do it like this. So that is about null and undefined. You can think it like suppose there was a printing forms, means earlier we used to fill forms, maybe some of you are you might have filled it also. So in those forms, if something is there which is not applicable, we used to write an A, not applicable, and something which is, sometimes we used to leave it blank also if it is not even there. So NA means sort of null, in which the user is telling it is null, and undefined is means if it is not there. So whoever is processing that form, some officer might be processing that form. Okay, if you leave it blank, they means it is not there, and NA also means something like that only. So this is there, and all these things are there. And type of rating is there, type of developer is developer is boolean, which is true, but type of X, which is a null, is the object. Okay, so it is, and last two are undefined, it should have been null, but actually this is a very big bug in JavaScript. JavaScript was actually created in a hurry, because they wanted to send it with the Netscape browser, which was created in 1995. So they were in, JavaScript was created in 3 days. No language can be created in 3 days. It is impossible. But the inventor have created it in 3 days, JavaScript. So there were a lot of bugs there. And now he might have also not thought that internet will become so big and JavaScript will become so big. So that bug cannot even be solved even after 5 days, because the moment internet was launched, it became a rocket ship. And so those bugs cannot be solved, because somewhere down the, or some old internet site is there, they might be using this validation, so that's why it cannot be solved. Okay, so that is there. Now the next thing which we are going to see is three important data types we are going to see. One is known as one is the string. So string, we are going to see the string a bit more detailed. So suppose const str equal to hello JavaScript is there. Hello JavaScript is there. So there are a lot of string methods are also there. So console.log of str.length is there. So what it will do? It will give us the length, which is 16. So if you want to know about all the string methods, there is a very good site, string methods MDN. MDN stands for Mozilla Developer Network. It is better than W3 School and all those things. So this has got all the string methods. The string methods are very important. You can go through them. String methods here. Okay, and str.length, it will give this, and then console.log str.to uppercase, like this, and it will make everything to uppercase. Okay, so like this we have to lowercase also, and it will change everything to a lowercase. Then we have something not str.sub string 0,7, and it will give like this, hello J. Okay, and so there are a lot of methods are there in string, and str dot includes Java. So it will search that if they now, okay, you have to go give it as a string. So it will search that whether this term is there or not, and if you clear it, if it will give me true. So like this, I can give COBOL. If I run it, it will give me false because it is not there. So this is known as string. So the next thing which we are going to do is just like array. So three main these are known as non-primitive data type. The next two thing, which is one is the array. Array is a very important data type which is there in almost every other language, from C++ to Java, anything. So it is denoted by square bracket, and it is done by indexes. But the thing is that it is a bit different in JavaScript. Why? Java is also known as a loosely typed language. It doesn't have anything like integer or something. Okay, so const lang equal to JavaScript, comma Java, comma C++, comma Golang, comma Kotlin, comma true. See, this thing which I am doing, I am having a string, boolean, and numbers. This is not possible in any other language. It is only possible in JavaScript. Okay, so console.log of lang I'll do. Okay, and see, so it will give me the all of the array, and array is a zero index. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3. So if you want to access anything, you have to access it like this, and you have to give the, if I give the 0, let it and run it, it will give me JavaScript. If I give the 2, it is 0, 1, 2, C++, it will give. Okay, so this is there, and besides this, in JavaScript we can have other array methods. Arrays are actually one of the most important non-primitive data type, and again we can see that from array method MDN. If I come, so there will be more methods for array, and like this we can have lang dot. So suppose I want to push something at the end of the array, so I will do a I want to remove something. So first let me remove something. So I want to remove something from the end of the array. I will do a pop. I want to remove this, both of these things, because they seems like not belonging here, and console.log of lang I will do. So by this method I can remove something from the end of the array. So what I'm doing, so removing this true and 5, pop. So similar to that, I can add also something to the end of the array. So lang dot push is like Pascal I'll do. This lang, let it run it. The Pascal was pushed at the end. So this is what push pop are there. And similar to the string methods, we have this array method also. In fact, we have this method exactly in array also. So but here, so let me do the lang, because internally strings are also array. So it is like, so lang dot includes Java. So Java is included, but COBOL is not included, and it will give me true false accordingly. So there are array methods also. Okay, so after this we are going to look into the another thing. Okay, so another thing which we are going to look into is objects. So objects are also very important, and in JavaScript, and it is there in any other language. This is not like the class object. This is like the const. Suppose we have a person, and this is given by, so this is given by square bracket, this is given by curly bracket. Okay, so f name is 𝗪𝗲𝗀, comma, l name is Vishwas, comma, age is 39. So like this we can have this. So this is an object. An object means key value pair. So one is key, is value. So key is always a string. You might have seen, although we don't give this string thing, but key is always a string, and value can be anything. So value can be like string, and number, and it can be like boolean also. So anything it can be. Okay, like this. And console.log of person, I'll do run it, and it will give me like this object. So it is like this object is shown like this. But how do I access the values here? So here I was accessing the value with this bracket notation because it has got indexes. So here I will access with the dot notation. So like f name I will do and clear it, run it. So this, see this 𝗪𝗲𝗀 is coming. And there is another way also to access it, which is like bracket notation only, and person, I'll do this, and then in the quotes I'll give l name I'll give, and but this quotes are important. So this is there. These are the two notations through which we can access. Okay, so actually we have done with the basics of JavaScript also. Means as I told, it takes a lot of time to do most of the things. Okay, so again I will tell that right now my JavaScript daily boot camp is also going on YouTube, and I have already done. If you want to learn in detail, you should go here and okay, the web dev. So this is how you search me. The web dev is a single word. Okay, the web dev is a single word. You will come here, and this is me, the web dev, and playlist. If you go, this JavaScript essential is there. Today is the last day for the JavaScript essential, and I want you to go through this playlist, and it is contain everything. See, 1 hour, 45 minutes, and all these things. It means 4 days, 4 hours, more than 4 hours of content is there. And today, and we have covered ES6 also, which is the modern JavaScript, which is the way to learn JavaScript nowadays. Means it is again means the main thing. Okay, so you go through this playlist, and you learn everything about JavaScript. And if you want to learn live, so what I am planning to do, this is also certification code. And in the future, if you want to do certification course, not this one is a certification course which is playing on my YouTube channel. So very minimal fees, but you have to do some assignment. So every month it will happen. So this month it is complete, but next month this will be again there. This certification course will be again there, and if you want, you can do it. Means a minimum fees, and whoever goes for certification, they will get more access. Like they will get access to me, to weekly call. They will get access weekly doubt solving class. They will get access, which happens every Friday. One-to-one career guidance also they will get, and they will get the certification from my company. Mine is a registered company, so they will get the certification also. So this is about that. And so we'll end today's call here, but I want to tell one thing, that I know most of you might be in the WhatsApp group in which I have added you. So be there in that WhatsApp group. I'm going to give some very good goodies at the end of the day today. Be there. I'll give those goodies today. A very good goodies I will give. And besides that, as I have told, I'm a corporate trainer also. I take trainings, and all. And I have my own personal trainings also. The boot camps I have, the boot camps, the complete web app development boot camp, which is a 1.5-month intensive boot camp, and which we do everything through Zoom class, private Zoom class, everything. And there we'll learn in more detail. There you can ask me anything and all those things. And it comes with a job guarantee, because it comes with React also. And React, as you should search about React is the thing which, if you know, I don't even have to give you a job guarantee. Okay, so that is about it. And this means I will end today's streaming here. And see you all. Be connected. Want to know anything about how to get into web app development and all, you can contact me also. Means through anywhere. Means I am there on WhatsApp group, I am there on LinkedIn, and all those things. You can connect with me anywhere. I will be happy to answer your question, and I will be happy to do a one-to-one. Someone in my old WhatsApp group was asking that he wanted to call me, so I have that option also. You can have I will give my Calendly invite. Let me give it tomorrow in the WhatsApp group, and you can contact me and ask anything about your career, what you want to do. Okay, so that is like that. And with this, I'll end today's call, and thank you all for joining.